My name's Mike, and I help you make money in different side hustles. To be honest with you, I want to make as much money as possible, and I want you to make as much money as possible as well. Question for you. What is a lot of money? Like $500 a week, $1,500, $2,500 a week? How about $50,000 a week? This from Joshua Mayo. I've already reacted to one of his videos. We're back on his channel, and some context for you. This channel makes over $10,000 a month. I'm making a course, Mastering YouTube, to teach you how to do that. I don't care the niche. It's going to teach you the best practices. Coming soon. Make sure to subscribe. But $50,000 a week, $200,000 a month. Let's see if this is anything and where that money's actually coming from.
This video was sponsored by HubSpot.
Oh, so there's number one, sponsorship from HubSpot. I'm not familiar, but I'm wondering, that's an easy 5,000, 10,000 right there.
So my first real job out of college was working as an assistant at a staffing agency. This job's starting pay was $15 per hour, which came out to about $480 per week.
Yeah, there's the hook with the lighting the candle again. My first job, well, it was retail, working at Walmart as an inventory person and then a cashier. That was just between semesters. But then I did call center work, which was probably close to this. I'm trying to remember, but it wasn't for a ton of money.
Or about $2,000 per month after taxes. You see, I never actually applied myself in college because I've always hated school. My first real job out of college was as an assistant at a staffing agency. And the thing that I realized was that every single one of us has a choice. We could either choose to just sit back and just go with the flow, you know, get a decent job with benefits, go home, eat dinner, numb your mind with useless.
All right, I gotta say something about that. I gotta say something. Having a choice when it comes to wealth and success, I know it sounds like corny, even. It sounds like, all right, it sounds kind of heady, right? But when I was working in that call center, I was working there for 6 years. And again, I had done retail. And to be frank, because Joshua was, I'll be frank and honest with you, is I didn't apply myself in college. I went to Penn State. And I had done no partying in high school. And then what happens when you go to college unattended? I went nuts, basically. I was partying and I wasn't applying myself. And I certainly didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be wealthy. And am I wealthy now? I mean, doing like the low hundreds? I don't think so. In most people's eyes, if we look at the number, sure. But I want to take you to hit where you're at right now to hit the number that you want. And my number went from 100,000 to a lot more. So here's where you're going to want to subscribe. This is why we're following the journey to wealth building. I can certainly relate to where Joshua was.
Everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you, and you can change it. You can influence it. You can,
listen.
You can build your own.
Like this, and I know we're talking about kind of the mindset of money right now, which I love. Is folks, in high school I was what, like a B+ student, and then in college I was really a C-. Probably when I wasn't really trying, even as a business major, and I changed to communications, which was frankly a lot easier. That, yes, it's kind of living in that set of rules and just living instead of doing. Taking charge of your income is massive. And I'll tell you that the people that I've researched, and if you do this, like research millionaires, research people that are doing things you want to do, it's like not the smartest people per se. I mean, I'm not a exceptionally crazy good test taker. I didn't retain a lot of like stuff in high school and even college. Like I count on my fingers with math still to do basic stuff. It's like, to be successful, a lot of the times, not always obviously, but a lot of the times it's solving some kind of problem, building a business around that, and building out multiple revenue streams, which is what I'm trying to point you to this year.
I knew that it was time to make a choice. I could either choose to just continue working this mediocre job and solidify my destiny as just another tiny cog in a great big machine, or I could choose the opposite. And so I quickly turned in my 2-week notice.
I mean, I love that. This first part talking about choice here, it's really finally waking up. And I was in that call center answering like 100, 120 inbound calls a day for a healthcare manufacturer. And it's so comfy. It's like comfy, wearing like, you know, whatever, business casual. You're making friends with your colleagues and you have enough money that you're doing like, okay. But I'll be real with you, but I was kind of angry. No, I wasn't kind of, I was angry with the money that I was making. I was making like 40s and I knew I wanted, and then it took me a little bit longer to believe that I could get more. And you can get more. You have to reverse engineer success. And again, you're going to find that a lot of the times, if you simply duplicate best practices and then again, solve a problem, that is where success and wealth are built.
So for the next few years, I put my head down and I went to work. I began starting different businesses, trying different things, taking risks and not being afraid to fail. And step by step, each failure, each attempt brought me closer and closer to success. And last year, I earned over $613,000 from my YouTube channel. And this year, with the help of other businesses as well as my YouTube channel, my goal is to earn $2 million in income.
I love that. Joshua, get on the channel. Let's get you on the channel. Someone comment on Joshua's video if you want him to be a guest here on our channel right here. I love that. I mean, I knew it was going to relate to business. I knew it. He tried several businesses and you can't be afraid of failure. And I understand, like, well, I have a family, I have fixed income, like what happens? That is why you have to follow, frankly, what we teach here. Educate on an income stream. If it's real estate, sales, buying a franchise, whatever it is, an invention, if it's something new, educate on those best practices from multiple people, successful people, podcasts, videos, interviews, shadowing, books, whatever. Learn the best practices. Then we execute on that using what we've learned in the best practices, and we execute actually following that wealth trajectory. And then after we have some semblance of success there, we're going to repeat that and expand our revenue streams, because one is just not enough.
Well, the next step is that you need to start building something for yourself immediately. Start a business, start some type of side hustle, right? Start doing something that's going to break you out of this monotonous routine that you're currently stuck in. Because if you just continue doing what you've always done, then your results will always be the same.
But where do you even start? So you have to get resources like I talk about, like Joshua talks about. There's plenty of resources on the internet. I mean, just here on YouTube alone, but you have to start. You got to do it. I have talked to just be real with you, a lot of people who talk about wanting to do something. If it's a business, if it's a YouTube, just wanting to do something. And 99.9% of them never even start. Never even start, because I'm betting they don't really believe either that they can do it or that they really want it. Like, no, that would be great. I would love to start that YouTube channel, but it seems like a lot of work. I'm busy. You don't really want it.
For example, this YouTube channel that you're watching right now is not my first channel. I've had several channels in the past that all essentially failed. And so what would happen every time is I would start making videos.
That is an excellent time to mention of my twin brother, Matt, which has a very similar story, that Joshua had several YouTube channels that failed. And Matt had, I'd say at least 3 YouTube, if not 4 YouTube channels that failed, because your passion has to be behind it, which again is going to drive you to really grind away on that channel to be a real passion project before it starts to cash flow and monetize. Right now, I mean, he's approaching 10,000 subscribers, earning him like what, $1,000+ a month. And I'm confident that's really going to scale for him.
When you start walking down this harder path, if you just don't give up, you'll eventually find the business or the thing that works best for you. And that business will start making you money. And then eventually it'll start making you life-changing money.
So you'll have a business opportunity if it does one of those, but don't just go starting a business that you haven't. Again, E3, step 1, educate, and it's a proven and profitable niche. And again, you're solving a problem. Great stuff, Joshua, again. And I'm really curious, the revenue streams that are bringing in $200,000. That's a video I want to see, Joshua. We'll see if we can find it on your channel, but where are the income streams that are generate 200,000? So the YouTube channel, I'm wondering if that's 80%, 50% of the revenue. There's another business. What is it? Like, I'll give you an example here. So this channel is doing 10,000 plus in Google AdSense. That's like the YouTube pay. And then I have yourdrivermike.com, which is where I sell resources and courses to help you in different side hustles. Check it out. There's an earnings tracking spreadsheet, which is new. It's going to allow you to track earnings from different side hustle gigs, but that's starting to ramp up and be a bigger piece of the pie of my income. I have affiliate income with Amazon, and I have different affiliate programs for different apps and gig signups. And Q3, Q4, I'm looking at my first income property as well. So that's going to cash flow. I have traditional investment portfolios, small dividends, but that's more appreciation over time. So since we're trying to build wealth in 2023 and beyond, let me know any other videos that you want me to react to that are talking about building wealth, side hustles, stuff like that. Really curious. Put that down below in the comments. Drop a like in this video if you want to check out Joshua's channel. It's also linked down below in the description. You can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.